Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com down here with Nathan Byrd, who finished 14th. Nathan, take us through your day, first of all, surviving through the carnage and ending up with a top 15 finish.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I think we obviously, thanks to Stephen Parsons, we were able to have a really good test day back in January. That really helped us to get off on a really strong foot in practice. Truck was just tight starting off in practice, and I think we just loosened up. Finally got to qualifying, and we had a fairly decent qualifying result. Probably the top 3 most competitive qualifying results for me so far. And yeah, we just started the race, and I was pretty confident that we would have a pretty good truck to start. And I think the truck kind of proved that. I think we were a little bit loose in the start. We just slowly tightened up over the course of the race, and just going like laps down to the leaders on the long green runs. Just had to get our laps back, and just also learning the track and the traffic. And I had a little bit of a brush with the wall in the exit of 2 at one point, and luckily that was my only little incident. But ultimately, we ended up having just a little bit of a tight car at the very end, which was just good to be smooth and run a lot of green flag laps. That was a very long green flag run at the very end there. And luckily, with some awesome strategy calls from Jason Miller, we were able to get our laps back and just stay out, do the wave around, and then catch a caution with the old tires and get them swapped out. And ultimately, the strategy call plus having a very competitive truck was ultimately how we were able to get the result we did.
How did the racing groove kind of expand, like I said, with this as it progressed too? Like I said, Rockingham's been known for, wide grooves. How did it progress throughout the race?
Yeah, so I was just experimenting with the truck a bit more as the race progressed. I was getting more confident moving up to the second lane, even the third lane sometimes when I needed to, around traffic. So that was fun. That was interesting. Just had to modulate my technique and my approach, and I realized that when I lifted early to let some leaders by, I was able to not even have to brake if I ran the second lane. So the second lane came in fairly well, I'd say. And I don't know what the guys up front were doing in terms of racecraft, and I think most guys were probably passing on the bottom. But I think the top did come in over the course of the race, which I'm happy about. We were afraid that it was going to be just a bottom groove only and sort of track, and maybe it was in terms of being the fastest and passing guys, but the top still kind of held its own as well, I think.
Looking ahead, what is on your docket for races? And I know you're running majority of these races with youngs. What is your schedule looking forward?
Yeah, so we're basically looking forward to a lot of the high-speed ovals that we still have in the schedule. Texas, Pocono, Michigan, maybe a run back in Bristol as well, Talladega, Phoenix. So we have quite a few races left. I don't know if we have any short tracks left in the schedule for myself. We kind of structured the schedule to focus on the fast tracks, the big fast tracks, and for the most part. So yeah, I think, and tomorrow I'm racing that Silver Crown car at Toledo, theoretically, if it doesn't get rained out, so fingers crossed on that. But yeah, we're just doing a lot of the short track racing, some Formula car racing, just staying interesting, just staying in the car whenever I can. And it's really nice to just cut my teeth against top level competition in the Truck Series.
Nathan Byrd, your 14th place finisher. Thank you.
Thank you.
You were going to finish second today, Chandler. Then it came down to fuel mileage. Talked to Lane. He said they thought their math was good. Was that kind of the same case until you saw the 34 ran out and then you ran out yourself?
We knew we were 2 laps short from the start. Honestly, we were kind of banking on a caution to, make it on fuel, and that caution never came. And I literally ran out of fuel right when I came underneath the start-finish line and got 2 to go. So,
yeah. Still just because there were so many cars 2 laps down, still at least a decent result. And then obviously the first race back for Rockingham. What did you think about the racing, the surface, how the trucks drive here?
Yeah, it was cool to come back to such a historic place like the Rock, and you gotta love the effort that NASCAR's putting in to revive these older racetracks and put it on the schedule. So tip of the cap to them for doing that. The racing, it was track position all day, which that kind of sucks, but beggars can't be choosers. We were able to get the rock back on the schedule, and here we are.
Thank you. Andres, you were running, I believe, 6th place before you ran out. Tons of teams ran out. Was it a shock to run out when you did?
Yeah, so I think everybody was running their own stuff, and I think we was on the right path, just didn't work our way. We were expecting other guys to run out of fuel, and they didn't. So yeah, I'd say it was a solid day overall. 12th place is good. Just feel frustrated that we was on the bad end of strategy for this time. And not even that, our strategy was good. Just it didn't fall our way. So yeah, just overall a solid day.
And then, and as you alluded to, for running out of gas, having to pit, still finishing 12th, that probably softens the burden a little bit than finishing, say, 25th, right?
Yeah, like I said, I think even though we had to pit and everything, 12th it's a good result. Building some momentum for the season, and yeah, we'll see how Texas go. I feel good about that one. So yeah, just happy of the result.
Thank you.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Steven Stumpf of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.